Hi everybody, Steve Brown with Gracie Jiu-jitsu and Imperatori Martial Arts here. And this is my lovely wife, Peggy. Peggy, take it away.
All right, many of you joined us on Wednesday and we did the complete version of spinal health movements and core development. So now we're doing a shorter version and I'm calling it Flow. These will be posted on the website. One will be called Spinal Movements Flow, and this one we do today will be called Core Exercises Flow. Steve has just worked out, so before we start the core exercises, he needs to move his spine a little more. And he's chosen to do 3 of the 4 that I taught you. Steve, get on all fours, please. So the setup is important. The breath is important. So the setup is good bony alignment. He's got head over shoulders over hips. So he's going to tip his chin, scoop his belly, and go up in what I call a capital C curve, creating space from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Now he's going to drop into what I call swan or extension. He's going to drop his chest more so he can really move that spine. He's going to do about 5. So he's just made a decision to move his spine before he starts to work it. He's coordinating his breath with the movement. He's inhaling through the nose, and he's doing a diaphragmatic breath and exhaling, pulling your belly in. So you inhale, pull the belly in, and you exhale, you keep the contraction and pull the belly in. After a while, you'll get comfortable with that. Now these are 2 of the 4 spinal movements that I taught you. He wants to do 1 more, and that's the rotation. So he's chosen to do the one on his side. So he'll lie on his right side with his knees in toward his chest. And the first thing he needs to think about is, do I have good bony alignment? Most people's going to have their head and shoulders, which he does. He's doing it wrong. All right, so I'm just going to gently move his head back in line with his shoulders. Good, good, good. So from here, his top arm, he's got the knees into his chest. He's going to reach his top arm out passively. And then he's going to bring it past his rib cage. He's not going to lift it, and his head's going to follow. And he's twisting right between his shoulder blades. We're trying to keep his hips square to the front. And then he's going to bring it back, come back to center. He's going to do maybe 3 or 4 on each side. So he's twisting, he's doing a rotation in the spine, just like we did in the chair and seated, which was, remember the just the turn. This is what he's doing. We did it this way in the chair. He's doing it the same way. Another way we did it was this way, reminding you that your head is along for the ride. So he's just warming his body up before we do the core. Now go ahead and turn over, Steve. We're going to do the other side. Just a little review. So he lines himself up. Good bony alignment. Head over shoulders over hips. Perfect. Good. His arm is passive. And you can pause right here and take a total breath and just let the muscles relax in the shoulder and around the spine so it can rotate. You continue, you're going to do 4, because many times the muscles around the spine are so tight, it doesn't allow the bones to move. So he's just going to do 2 more. And he's got breath, inhale through the nose. And I think the last one he might pause for a full breath. And he's just going to stay. Take 1 more breath through the nose. And then, just let it relax. Okay, now we're going to start the core exercises. We're going to do a total of 60. All right, so you can choose how many you want to do. Now, in a flat back, is your head up too high? Do you think you're on the camera?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to give you the things for your head. So Steve's getting his prop under his sacrum just so he doesn't arch his back. I'm going to get what I need for his head. So his head is neutral. Put that under your head, please. So this is in a flat back. You can see me on this side. Use that first. Okay. Now from here, you use the breath. His feet are flat. I call these core knee lifts. So inhale, prepare, soak your belly in. Lift your right leg up to tabletop. Stay. Put it down, keeping the contraction. And he's going to do 5 in the first position, which is the most stable. I want you to show more breath. So you can inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull the diaphragm in. The ribs go in and down. His left leg is stabilizing. You have one more or two more? Good. And you want to come up parallel. He's doing the counting because I'm talking. Good. This was progression 1, which is the most stable. Progression 2 is more difficult. So he's going to take his left leg to tabletop, and it stays right here with the knee over the hip. I'm going to hold it at first. He's going to do 5 on this side. So for a total of 10 on each side. Steve's feeling a sensation, and I encourage you to feel the sensation of what's happening in your body. Feel your low back. Make sure that your core muscles under your navel are going back toward your low back, so you're not arching at all. And when he puts the foot down, he totally puts it down. It's not a toe touch. And when you finish with 5, okay, good. Now we're going to do the other side. So now his right leg is stabilized with his foot down. The foot is right under the knee. So you push into the foot. Inhale, prepare, suck the belly in. Exhale, suck the belly in more, and lift the left foot into tabletop. You have to think about what you're doing here. And it's a lever, remember, Steve, it's not a bend.
Right.
So inhale, prepare, stabilize it on the right side with your foot down, and it's a 90-degree lever. It's real easy. Go ahead. It's real easy to do this. Keep the same shape and go down. It's harder. So he rests the foot. He comes all the way up with a breath, and reminding you to keep your mind's eye on your low back. Think of the hip bones going up toward the ribs muscularly as you suck in your belly. Is that 5?
I'll do one more.
The tip of the chin here. Perfect. Then we're going to progression 2, which is harder. So his left leg is at tabletop. If you start to be wobbly here, you're not ready for it. So inhale, prepare. Lift the left knee, 90-degree angle. Keep that contraction and put it down. You can do 2 separate breaths or 1 full breath. When you're the place where you're most likely to arch your back is when you put your foot down. Suck your belly in. That's a diaphragmatic breath. I'm going to let go. Another option for this, if you're starting to make it harder and you feel like you're wobbly with the stabilizing leg up, you can put it in a chair until you get more stable. Good. Is that 5?
Yes.
Now that was a lot of work. So we're going to do the 2 releases that I told you. One is windshield wipers. You can have feet flat. You can have them wider. It's all good. He's going to inhale, let both legs go over to the side. His arms are down or out. Come back to center, and you're using your core to do this. It's very passive. Inhale, legs go out. And exhale, come in. We'll do 2 on each side. We're just mobilizing the back, the low back, and kind of feeding it, increasing circulation for the low back, increasing blood flow. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next part. He can keep this under his sacrum if he wants it, but when you come up in a curve, you're not as likely to arch. It's the same movement with the legs. We're going to keep it simple and start with just old-fashioned crunches that you're all used to. I don't think he doesn't need the headrest now because he's going to hold his head. Now, just an old-fashioned crunch. Feet are grounded. The most conservative way to do it, but it's good. It's still good. Inhale, prepare, and exhale, flatten your ribs. Come up in a crunch. Now, notice Steve is not lifting his head. He's lifting his torso. Inhale, prepare, blow all the air out, and come up. Just a note, if you have any osteoporosis, you might not want to come up as far, or you might not want to do the crunches. That's something that we as Pilates instructors are careful with our older clients. So he's going to do 5 this way, and then he's going to do 5 obliques. Is that 5?
4.
Okay, this is 4. Just a straight-on crunch for that 6-pack ab muscle right here. Now he's going to do 5 more, maybe 6 to make it even, and he's going to oblique to the left. So come up and twist from, just hold it a second. He's twisting from between the shoulder blades. He's armpit to hip. He's going to go back down to neutral, and he's going to do 5 on that side. I think I'm making him work harder here. 5 on each side, but it's very conservative because his knees are down. Very stable. Reminding you to keep your mind's eye on your low back, your breath, and sucking your belly in on the inhale and the exhale. It's a lot to think about. But once you develop the muscle memory, you're going to be good to go. Now he'll start obliquing toward me. Inhale, prepare, exhale. So he's lying back down and almost resting here. And coming toward me. Steve's not lying all the way back down just because you can lie back down on your headrest if you want to. And exhale toward me. Go slow with purpose. Particularly, even when you get the muscle memory developed, just go slow with purpose. Your muscles love this because you're feeding them energy, circulation, blood flow, and strength. And this is working those deep, deep core muscles. Okay, now we're going to go into the harder stuff with the obliques with a crunch. So we're going to do the same thing. We're stabilizing the left leg. It's not going to move. He's going to do a knee lift with his right knee. Put this foot right under your knee and push down. And as he obliques to the right, he's going to lift the right side. So his foot's rested, his head's rested. Inhale, prepare, and exhale. Oblique toward the right and lift the right leg all the way to tabletop. Take 2 full breaths if you need to at first. Let's demonstrate with 2 full breaths. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pull it up. Stay. Inhale, prepare. Get deeper in the oblique and put it down. You got out of the oblique.
Yeah.
So we're going to demonstrate that one more time with 2 full breaths just while you learn it. Inhale, prepare. Oblique toward the right. Stay. Take another breath. Oblique deeper. And put it down. And then lie down. Now he can use 1 breath or 2, whatever works for you. And go ahead and finish this side. Steve's got a big lung capacity, so he probably can exhale the whole time as he lifts and puts it down. Now let's go to progression 2. The stabilizing leg now is getting into tabletop. Hold here. Inhale, prepare, and I'm going to let you just go for it. You're going to oblique right and lift your right knee. Hold into it. Armpit to hip. Put it down. Just 5. Inhale, prepare, and exhale. Deep, 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 deep. If you do these correctly, they will make you sore. And we want to keep that left stabilizing leg very still. He's a little wobbly, so I'm just holding it. I'm spotting him very closely. Reminding you, your head is along for the ride. It's a very small rotation in the back. Just make it as tiny as you can. Perfect. You done or got one more?
One more.
Inhale, prepare. Exhale, the same stuff. Put the foot down, lie down. And we only have 10 more. All right. So other side. So now he's going to stabilize on his right foot doing the progression 1, which is the most stable. Inhale, prepare. Oblique left and lift your left knee. You play with the breath. If you want to do 2 separate breaths, it's fine. Whatever works for you. And you do not have to do the inhale and exhale as I'm telling you. Do it where it works for you. You're just trying to activate your core muscles, making sure you're not arching, making sure you're not over twisting, and just do whatever breaths. I am encouraging you to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and pull your core in on the inhale and the exhale. One of the biggest things that people do on this that's not ideal is they over twist and they do not rest the foot. So now we're going to go progression 2, legs at tabletop, nice and stable. I'm going to hold his a little bit as if he's got it in a chair. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift and oblique. And Steve says he's sore from these the next day. So that a lot of us think unless we get sore, we're not doing anything. That's really a myth. But a lot of us do like to get that soreness. It makes us feel like we worked hard. That's 2. You got 3 more. I think this whole series, I think we counted, it was about 60. It may be 70 because we're going to end with a grand finale. So my count may be off. Is that it? Good?
One more.
Okay. Good. All right. Now, the first time we did the release was the windshield wipers. Now we'll do the tuck arch, release. His hips are down. Arms are down, please. Make sure you get your head fixed. Good. And he's going to do it lying, and it's very, very passive. So grounding your feet, you can look at my body sideways. So are you ready? Mm-hmm. Your arms are down. So you're going to tuck your pelvis, bring your hip bones toward your ribs. You're going to arch, and you're going to release. So you tuck, you arch, you release. This is very passive. For those of you who have bulging disc, this is a great release. This is a great release if your low back hurts. So a little tuck, a little arch, a little I call it tar. Tuck, arch. It's very passively. Your hips are down. What did you put your foot out for? Cramp. Oh, Steve had a cramp, so he straightened his feet. But this is done in the position where you would do an open, like a bridge position. So, grand finale. You're gonna take. He's gonna hold his head up, and we're either gonna do progression 1, feet down, or progression 2. He's gonna stay up in the curve and do obliques. Which one you want to do? Progression 1 or 2?
3.
Progression 1 or 2?
2.
Okay, he's going to do the hardest one, progression 2. So he's going to take his leg at tabletop. His heels are together. His knees are out a little bit. He's going to come up in his curve. So he's toward me in the middle. And he's going to oblique right, hold. Oblique left, hold. Oblique right, hold. Oblique left, hold. 3 more. Oblique right, hold. I'm letting go. Oblique left, hold. 1 more each side, right and left, and release. And we are done. So at the end of doing anything, reminding you, you can do the windshield wipers. Both legs go over this way, both legs go this way. I do 4 or 5, and then you can do as many as you want, but I do a lot of the tuck, arch, release. So you can tuck, you can arch, you can release with your feet hip width apart. And that concludes our session today. So look on the website for 2 videos called Flow. One will be spinal health movements, Flow, and one will be core exercise, Flow. You guys have a great weekend, and we shall see you soon. We for sure will see you next week with some more videos and maybe some live feeds.